Good afternoon, everyone. We are coming in track some severe weather across central Mississippi. Looking at radar, currently we have a storm with a thunderstorm warning down here in Madison County affecting the Canton area, as well as this storm in Attila County affecting areas like Saldus, Kosciuszko, Ethel, and soon McCool. Ware and Ackerman are all in the path of this thunderstorm. Now, getting an update on radar, I just want to take a brief look at the velocity on these storms. Now, one thing that you're noticing today that is different about yesterday is that these storms do not have as much rotation within them, which is a very good thing to hear with the stuff we had to deal with yesterday with the possible EF4 tornado that hit Louisville, and also the EF3 tornado that hit Tupelo. And I was out chasing the storm after it came through Louisville. I started chasing about Brooksdale, and then followed the tail end of the storm up to Columbus before I headed back. But awesome pictures that I took. You should check that out on my channel. But nonetheless, doesn't look to be as bad as it was yesterday, but the threat still remains. I'm going to go ahead and switch this to the radar just north of Columbus to see if I can get a little bit better read on this storm near Kosciuszko. I'm not really getting a good read on that storm. This is going to be our best bet, the one down in Jackson. Now you see these two cells are supercells, so they do have the capabilities of producing tornadoes and violent tornadoes at that. So that's why we're keeping a watch on these storms to see if they tighten in rotation. A storm track on the front part of this storm, as you see anywhere from Ackerman, it could be affecting you within the next half hour around 3:30 in Ackerman, and then reaching the Highway 82 near Maben at the top of the hour. Now looking down at this storm near Canton, as you can see, it's right over Canton right now, putting a storm track on this storm. This will be going into Leake County, affecting areas like just north of Carthage and Redwater, reaching there anywhere between around 3:40. This also, there is this other cell. It's a part of this supercell that's tracking more to the north and east in this other cell that would looks like it's heading towards northwestern, Leake County, reaching there within, let's see, 309, excuse me. Let me see if I can get an update right quick and see if there is another scan of this radar system open. That today is not like yesterday. We've had severe storms across the area, even in anywhere from central to north Mississippi, affected by storms. Also in western Alabama and central Alabama has seen some substantial rain. And some violent tornadoes yesterday. We're hoping that won't be the case. Okay, I'm going to take a different look. I'm going to go to these storms that are, looks like they're in North Clay County, right on the border. That's also going into more counties, and this one right here, this one that's south of Nettleton, is going into Etowah County. I'm going to take a look down at this one near Woodland. I'm going to go ahead and switch it over to velocity. As you can see, not seeing that tight rotation as we were seeing yesterday with these supercells. But nevertheless, these do have the capabilities of oh wow. Let me go ahead and go back to base velocity with that. Okay, that's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. but we haven't seen as much. Hopefully we won't see as much in the way of severe weather as we did yesterday. We'll still have a pretty good chance, as we are very unstable in the atmosphere again today with the sunshine we had this morning. And most of this afternoon, we have some clouds rolling in. We have had some clouds rolling in since afternoon here in Starkville. As you know, Mississippi State campuses are closed, and I believe the Starkville School District is also closed in anticipation of these storms, trying to get everyone home safe before these storms arrive. Now, it looks like this storm that's affecting Madison County is starting to move into the northeastern side of the county. This will be going into, let's see, that's Leake County. Looks like it's going to go Redwater and Carthage. It looks like it's going to head y'all's way here. Let's see, let a storm track on that. Let's see, 3 o'clock, 3:15. So that would probably reach you within the next, right before the next half hour, probably the next 15 minutes to 30 minutes around 3:30. Now, going back to velocity on this, as you can tell, not a really good indication of rotation. Let me go switch this over to Jackson. Okay, we're seeing a little bit more rotation. We're actually, let's see, let me go back to, we're also seeing a little bit of rotation within this storm right here that's popped up in Holmes. Is it Holmes County? Yes, it's Holmes County. See, we have a supercell here. We're having a start over supercell right here in Holmes County. Let me go ahead and put velocity back on both of those. Get the first tilt here. Okay, we're seeing some weak rotation within these storms, but nevertheless, probably some gusty winds and maybe some small hail within these storms. This one down here in Madison County has a little bit stronger rotation. They're going to have the Weather Service is going to have to keep their eye on that one as it evolves. Go ahead and see, look how much hail, as you can see, medium-sized hail with these storms. Not seeing the big hail cores as we were yesterday with these storms. And hopefully, just hopefully, they won't be as bad as it was yesterday. As you see, there's starting to become a hook echo with this storm that's really concerning to me. As this storm continues to, seems like it continues to strengthen. Go ahead and put some cities on this map to be on the lookout. If you're in Carthage or Redwater in Leake counties and county, or anywhere in the northern part of the county, you need to watch this storm very closely. Get prepared to get into your storm shelter if that is necessary, because this storm is weakening, or it is strengthening. Excuse me. And this will be heading off northeast. It looks like it's going to hit Carthage. Let me look at the storm track on this. Anywhere, it looks like around 3:45 or before going to hit Carthage. Let's go ahead and let's go ahead and zoom back out to see if we have some showers developing near Philadelphia. Also down here in Crystal Springs, looks like a really nice supercell is forming. Also, there's a near Brookhaven. There's also a nice supercell as well. And hopefully, just hopefully, they won't be as bad as they were yesterday, but we still have the potential to see some strong storms. I'm going to take a back look at Columbus radar site and going back down into Nettleton and Okanota, putting this back on base velocity. As you can tell, I'm not seeing as much rotation with this storm, but nevertheless, probably seeing some gusty winds, and maybe see how much hail this is producing, if it is any. Not producing a lot of hail with these storms. That's a good sign. Let me go ahead and put this into motion. Let's see. Okay, these are strengthening a bit, so that's one thing to be on the lookout for as these head into the Lee counties and also into Etowah County. Let me go ahead and put a storm track on these two storms. Let me go ahead and do this one around Nettleton. Okay. This will be coming into Fulton around 3:35, and then into northern Etowah County around 3:50 before it exits at Red Bay, Alabama, and Golden, Mississippi around the top of the hour. Now going back to the storm that is south and to the east of Houston, that is going to that is heading towards Okonola as well as Nettleton. Okonola, your expected time of arrival is 3:35. Nettleton will be entering Etowah County at the top of the hour. Let me go ahead one more time before I switch back to the other storm to look at this rotation yet one more time. I'm going to switch it down to differential reflectivity to just try to see the center of the storm looks to be right in here or right in here. Let me go ahead and go back to reflectivity to see. Yeah, right in there is where the center of that storm is. Let's go ahead and go back to, it looks like they have extended the warning into Leake County, and it's also in northern Scott County is also under this new warning, and that will be until 4:15. You look and see what the National Weather is saying about this storm. It was located 5 miles south of Sharon and moving east at 35 miles per hour, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, and quarter-size hail. So, people from anywhere from Carthage, Redwater, also Standing Pine, you will probably also be affected by this storm. Let me go ahead and take it back into reflectivity. Excuse me. Let's see. Reflectivity is showing a lot of showing some high winds. Let me go ahead and switch this back to Jackson because that is up in the atmosphere right now. Let me go back to. You can see we were still seeing that slight weak rotation right there. Let me put that into motion. Doesn't look to. It's staying about the same as it looks like, but the storm is indeed strengthening. That is not a good sign for the people in Leake County. Let me go ahead and let's see. Someone from Madison County. I'm going to go ahead and put this out on my social media right quick. Okay, I am back. Let's go ahead and stop this right quick and see if we have another radar scan. That was at 3:13. It's now 3:17, so that is a pretty accurate, or pretty close to actual time. See, let's go ahead and zoom out and look at the other storms within the area. This looks like one just to the south of Jackson near Florence. Supercell there, producing a good storm there. Let's see, put this in the velocity mode. Not seeing any very weak rotation, if any rotation, with this storm. We'll have to watch that one as it develops and moves to the north and to the east. Let's go back here and see. all the warnings here. We still got the one that's south of here. That's the one. Where's that at? That's south still. So we're still focused on the severe thunderstorm warning. The severe thunderstorm warnings near Jackson, and also I'm really surprised. Oh, great! We have. Oh, here we are. Okay. Let's go ahead and refresh this radar if it can. Let's go ahead and put this back into motion to look at this one that's now north of Kosciuszko. You can see it seems to be weakening and breaking apart. Let me go ahead and put velocity on this to see just exactly what this storm is doing. It seems like it's actually gaining more rotation, but it's still weakening. An interesting note. As you can see, the storm down here, I don't have a. Let's see, do I have a radar update yet? I'm gonna go ahead and look at these storms up north of here to see how they are progressing. Okay, so you can see they're not as intense as they were yesterday. It looks like they're more like showers, probably producing very small size hail, if any hail, with these two storms here. Not seeing much in the way of that. Putting it on velocity, some minor weak rotation, but not as intense being yesterday. Let's see. Either the way this storm is going to be coming into Oklahoma at around 3:30, Nettleton at around 3:50, and then continuing on into Etowah County, reaching Fulton at just over the top of the hour. Looks like around 4:15. Taking a wider look out, let's go see if we can see if there's any other rain or thunderstorms in the area. There looks like there's some rain. Seeing northeast Arkansas and West Tennessee, we're not seeing much of anything of rain. There is some rain, looks to be falling north of Jackson, but other than that, Arkansas, you guys in southeast Missouri, you guys look good so far, and that's a good thing. The only thing we might have to be focusing on today is the counties in Mississippi. And we also have another storm. Looks like it's fixing. It is about to enter into Alabama. See, my mark, or what I focus on is right here. This is Marengo County in Alabama. This is how far south I go. These are Marengo County and Clark County over here in Mississippi are the two counties, the two southernmost counties that I keep my eye on. I can go ahead and see if there is a new radar scan for this storm that is now moving through eastern Madison County, about to head into Leake County. And if you're in western Lake County, you're starting to see some heavy rain, some of the heavy rain from this cell. You can see there's not as much rotation as we were seeing yesterday. And it looks like the hail core in the storm, if this was producing hail, is actually weakening, which is a very good sign, showing that the atmosphere, suggesting that the atmosphere could actually be more stable than we thought. But let me go ahead and put a storm track on this storm coming into Carthage just before 3:40, exiting the county around the top of the hour, affecting Pearl River around 4:05. So if you're in those areas, you need to take or watch this storm very carefully. You also, Philadelphia, you have a storm just to your south. I don't think either radar site does well. I'm picking these two. This storm up down here. This one does a little bit better job. This storm in near Philadelphia does not look like it's causing much in the way of some rotation. Let me look at Jackson right quick. No, that one's still good. Keep an eye on that storm as well. Looking back down at Jackson, you see if you're in south of Jackson, you're probably seeing some heavy rain. Let's see that. Where's Jackson at? Oh, yeah, south of Jackson, south of Florence. Seeing some a rain shower right now. Looking at velocity, I'm not seeing much in the way of rotation, which is a good thing. Looking down closer to Brookhaven, we have another supercell that looks to be showing some little to some weak rotation with that storm. Nevertheless, providing heavy winds with that storm. That storm is going to be expiring within the next, let's see, next 20 minutes or so. This will be, if you have anybody in this county, it's going to be near New Haven at around the top, just before the top of the hour, before it moves on to the next county. Monticello does not look like it's going to affect you. It just left Brookhaven. It's going to be north of Monticello, following that northeasterly path. You can go back up into our storm in Madison and Leake counties. In Scott County, it looks like you guys are going to be in the clear for the most part, unless you're in the extreme northern tip of the county. Let me go ahead and see if you have any updates on this storm. Any signs of any strengthening rotation? Everything looks to be looks a lot better than it did yesterday. That is the case. We had very good signs of rotation yesterday on radar. Made it easy even for you guys at home to track these storms and see where the tornado is. So it was a very educational experience for me tracking storms, and I can easily identify the storms as they look in the skies as they do on radar. Going back up to northeastern Mississippi, you see that storm is continuing its way through Chickasaw County. Excuse me. So we'll be heading into the northwestern tip of Moore County before entering Lee and Etowah County. It looks like it's taking a more northerly path than it was just a minute or two ago. Let me see if this storm is, see if it's weakening or strengthening. It looks like it's trying to strengthen just a hair. Put this in velocity mode right quick. Not seeing much in the way of rotation with this storm, which is a very good sign, at least for right now. Let me go ahead and take one more look at radar right quick. Let's see. Actually, you can see where the storm's starting to break apart. One more change to look at overview of radar. We still have a thunderstorm warning for Madison and Leake County, as well as the northern tip of Scott County. This will be expiring within the next 45 minutes or so at 4:15. Areas in the path of this storm include Carthage and Redwater. Let me go ahead and put the cities back on this if I can. There we are. Looks like it's the center of this storm looks like it's moving more toward the south of Carthage than it was a bit ago. But either which way, Carthage and Redwater, you need to take this storm. Keep your eye on this storm, as well as people in Sitting Pine, Pearl River, and Philadelphia. You also are in the line of this storm. Even Lena may be in effect, as it is on the outskirts of the box. Let me go ahead and take this into velocity one more time to see if I have an update on this storm and see if it's strengthening, or just to see what the storm what it's doing. So it just looks like just about the same as it was earlier. Let me go ahead and take this back out to velocity, but we'll keep our eye on these storms. We have the storm also near north of Kosciuszko now. Go ahead and see if I can update. That's not going to be updated. This was about 8 minutes ago. The storm that was north of Kosciuszko is now heading towards Starkville. So Ethel, you're seeing, if you're north of Ethel, you're experiencing rain right now. This will move into McCool within around 3:30, Ware at 3:40, Ackerman at 3:50, Sturgis right after the top of the hour, and Starkville, you will probably see this within the next hour or so if this storm continues to track to the north and to the east. Okay, and looking at the northern part of this cell, it's heading a more northerly approach. So anywhere like Europa would be with before the top of the hour at 3:50. It may have been at around 4 o'clock before it reaches the county line at around 4:20. Let me go ahead and take you guys out of this, and I want to switch it actually, if I can, to the forecast. Sorry about that, you guys. I went off the air for just a slight second, having some computer problems here. Let me go ahead and take you back to radar right quick before I cut out of here, just to take one more look at these storms. As you can see, the storm continues to move on into Leake County. It's now, if you're in Carthage or Redwater, you're starting to see some of the rain from that. This is going. The main part of the storm looks like to be heading south of Carthage, but you could still be seeing some heavy rain. It's going to be around Standing Pine at around 3:50 before it moves out of the county, affecting Philadelphia just before 4:20. Let's take one more zoom out and look at the showers and thunderstorms in northern Mississippi. Updated here. This storm over here in Attila County is starting to move into, let's see, Choctaw County. Doesn't really have good storm track on it right now, but it does not seem as bad yesterday. If I can get a new velocity scan on this. But either which way, there's going to see some strong winds and maybe, see, probably some small hail with these storms, not really much. The storm down here, the thunderstorm down here in Lake County, you guys will probably be seeing a little bit larger hail. Go ahead and take one more look before I cut out of here at these storms in Chickasaw County. Okay, these storms are starting to fire up. It's into reflectivity mode. Just some weak rotation, it looks like, with these storms. I want to keep my eye on these storms, and hopefully we won't have to, or won't have as many tornadoes today as we did yesterday, but the threat is still there. Hopefully we'll get these moved out of here by this afternoon, or by this evening, late this evening. We may see a stray shower again on your early Wednesday morning, but other than that, we're going to start a clearing process across the area, which will lead to sunshine. We're going to have cool temperatures the next few days before we reach back into the 80s on your Sunday. From Starkville, Mississippi, I'm meteorologist Derek Bowen. Thank you guys for joining in.